So it's been a little while since I last went through the GW pricing on a weekly basis. The reason I initially stopped was mainly because it was becoming a little bit repetitive and we pretty much knew more or less what the pricing was going to be. Now, I haven't done any of this stuff since the last price hike, so it's an opportunity to come back, but there's also something interesting to talk about as well. And that is really, you need to think about one or two of the purchases this weekend before you make them. Now, as you can see, we've got new releases for Warhammer 40k, Age of Sigmar and Warcry. And it's really the bit that is interesting for this week is within Age of Sigmar and Warcry. So we need to make a few decisions before we jump ahead and do any purchasing. So we'll kick off with 40k. So we've got the Adeptus Custodes Combat Patrol Box. We also have the Adeptus Custodes Blade Champion. And we have the Genestealer Cult's Reductus Saboteur. So starting off with the Combat Patrol Box, it's actually pretty good. So it's 90 quid as usual, they all are. But in this box we get some Virtus Praetors, some Custodian Guard, and 10 Sisters of Silence, so that's 2 units of 5, of which we can make Witch Seekers, Vigilators or Prosecutors. So overall on this box you'll be saving £47, just shy of 50 quid, which really in the savings of Combat Patrol boxes is fairly good. So if you're picking this up third party, you expect to be paying around about £73–74, something like that. In which case, if you wouldn't mind using my affiliate link, which is down in the description, I would appreciate it forever. Okay, so the other two 40k releases, we have this Adeptus Custodes Blade Champion, he will be £24, and the Genestealer Cult's Reductus Saboteur is £21. Just one Age of Sigmar release this week, unless you want to start talking about the Warcry terrain sets, which we'll be talking about quite a lot in a minute. And so what we've got this week for Age of Sigmar is Echoes of Doom. So this is the new box set that's coming out, and against all odds, when everyone thought it would be £125, it's actually going to be £115. And what we get in this box is some new models, and it's basically a Skaven and Sylvaneth force. Now, I'll be totally honest with you, these type of sets from now on I'm kind of avoiding. They are all about the hype train and that kind of thing. So unless I was seriously thinking about building up one of these armies, I just wouldn't get it, because all of this stuff is going to be available at some point anyhow. And finally, last but not least, we've got the Warcry releases. So what we've basically got is the Red Harvest box set split up into a few different products. So basically the decision that we have to make here is, are we going to get any of these products? And if we are, is it worth just going back and getting that Red Harvest box set anyway, which is still widely available? So we'll go through the pricing and then we'll discuss it. Okay, so we'll start off with the warbands. We've got the Dark Oath Savages and we've got the Tarantulos Brood. So these guys are going to be 35 quid each. So if you want them both, it's 70 quid. And then we've got the two terrain sets. So we've got the Ravaged Land Varanite Siphon Camp, and we've got the Ravaged Land Pit Dredger Camp. Now, funnily enough, looking at the images, only the Siphon Camp has got the tokens for the game in it as well. Now, I don't know if that's a misprint or something like that, but certainly from this information that we've got, or just the images, those tokens don't appear in the Pit Dredger Camp. Now, I got Red Harvest when it came out and I was really happy with it. I like all this terrain, I think it's very good. But these sets are basically, if you know what that Red Harvest set looks like, these sets are basically the terrain cut in half, and each half is going to cost you £67.50 each. So basically what they're giving you is this box, which is readily available right now. They're giving you this box for £205. Obviously just the sum of its parts. So to put that into context, if you were to buy just the two terrain sets, it would cost you more than what this full set here works. So basically £205 minus the Red Harvest book, minus the dice. Also, if I remember rightly, some of the abilities for the two warbands that come from this set, some of their abilities are intrinsically linked with this terrain and this kind of realm of battle. So there really is some decisions to be made here. If you're just going to get the terrain itself, maybe both sets, you'd be well worth just picking up the full box and selling off the bits that you don't need. If it does turn out to be the case that the warbands are linked intrinsically with the terrain and this realm of battle, we have to think as well, is it worth owning those warbands if we don't have this terrain set as well? Yet again, just another good idea to go and get Red Harvest. So all in all, really, I don't think I'd go anywhere near any of the new releases unless I was just going to pick up the larger set and sell off the bits that I don't want. So that is this week's pricing. So tell me, is there anything within this that you're thinking of picking up? I think I'll be working really hard to try and avoid that Adeptus Custodes box. It does look pretty cool and there is decent savings. But later on this week, I've got another video coming out where I'm going to be going through the main differences between the budget paint shakers that you can get that are out there now. So I'll be looking at 3 or 4 of them, working out the pros and cons and telling you, are they worth it? And if they are, which one's the best to get? But many thanks for watching. It's good to be back. If you enjoy this sort of stuff, consider subscribing or definitely smash that like button. Anyway, have a great week, guys. I'll catch you all soon.